In the daylight, it's innocent. Children laughing, swaying in the breeze. But at night, the playground changes. The air turns cold, the silence unnatural. Locals speak in hushed tones about tall, shadowy figures that appear near the jungle gym, staring, waiting. Some say it's Slender Man. Others believe something far worse hides beneath the wood chips and rusting slides. Tonight we step into the dark, where the playground never truly sleeps. When I was 18, just a few months out of high school, I worked late shifts at a small convenience store in my neighborhood. I'd get off around 11 p.m. and usually walk home to clear my head. One night, I decided to take the longer route past the old elementary school I used to go to. The playground behind it had always felt kinda eerie at night, but nostalgic too. I figured the wind was playing tricks, but the night was dead still, not a single breeze. That's when I heard it. A faint giggle. A child's giggle. It came from behind the plastic tunnel slide. I froze. There shouldn't have been any kids out that late, especially not alone in a place like this. "Hello?" I called out, voice shaking slightly. No answer. I moved closer, cautiously, stepping onto the wood chips that crunched under my shoes. I peeked around the slide, and nothing. Completely empty. I was about to turn back when something caught my eye. Tiny footprints in the dust covering the slide. Barefoot and fresh. I stood there staring at them when the swing behind me creaked again, this time faster. I turned quickly. It was swinging high now, like someone had just jumped off of it. Still no one in sight. My heart was pounding. I started backing away toward the sidewalk, eyes scanning every shadow. That's when I saw him. A boy, maybe 7 or 8, crouched under the monkey bars, just far enough away that I couldn't see his face clearly. His head was tilted too far to the side, like it was dangling on a string. And even from that distance, I could see his mouth moving, whispering something over and over. I called out, "Are you okay?" He didn't move. I took a step forward, and he bolted. Not away from me, but toward the school building. He ran with this strange jerking motion, almost like his legs weren't bending right. I stood frozen until he disappeared behind the building. That's when I heard it again. The giggle. But this time, it was behind me. I turned in a panic. Nothing. Then every swing on the set started swaying wildly back and forth, creaking in chaotic rhythm. I didn't wait around to ask questions. I sprinted out of that playground, not stopping until I was back at the main road under the streetlights. I never took that route again. And whenever I pass by the school in the daytime now, I can't help but glance at that playground. Sometimes I swear I see footprints in the sandbox, and once I think one of the swings moved all on its own. I'm a single mother raising my 6-year-old daughter, Mia. We recently moved into an old farmhouse that came with a lot of charm and a backyard play set left by the previous owners. It had a crooked wooden slide, a pair of squeaky swings, and a small treehouse perched up high. Mia loved it from day one. At first, everything was normal. She'd spend hours out there after school, laughing and talking to herself, as kids do. But then one evening, I heard something strange while I was washing dishes. It was well past dark, and Mia had been inside for hours. But I heard a swing creaking out back, slow and steady. I peeked out the kitchen window and saw one of the swings moving back and forth like someone had just jumped off it. I figured it was just the wind until I heard giggling, a soft, high-pitched laugh that sent chills crawling up my neck. I rushed to Mia's room and found her asleep, tucked in and breathing softly. That night, I barely slept. I kept hearing what sounded like faint footsteps outside, circling the house. I'd get up to check, but each time I looked out, the yard was empty. 2 nights later, Mia came to my room crying. She said there was a girl in the treehouse who wouldn't stop staring at her.
I told her she must have had a bad dream. But something in her eyes made me feel sick, like she was remembering something, not imagining it. The next morning I went out to check the treehouse. It smelled musty and old, the wood creaking under my weight. But what unsettled me was a small, dusty doll lying in the corner. It didn't belong to Mia. It looked handmade. Stitched eyes, tangled yarn hair, and it was positioned like it had been watching out the window. That night, around 2 a.m., I woke up to the sound of the slide groaning. Long, slow, dragging sounds like someone sliding down slowly. Over and over again. I got up and looked outside. The swing was still, but the slide. I swear I saw a shape perched at the top, unmoving, just staring at the house. I turned on the porch light. Nothing. Everything was still, but when I checked Mia's room, she was sitting upright in bed, wide-eyed. Before I could speak, she whispered, "She said not to look at her when she plays." I asked her what she meant, but she just pulled the covers over her head. Last night it got worse. I was jolted awake by a knock, not on the door, but on my bedroom window. I live on the second floor. I didn't look. I couldn't. I just lay there frozen, listening to the swings creak and that same quiet giggling drift up from the yard. I've started researching the house's history, but so far nothing. I don't know who that little girl is or what she wants, but tonight I'm sleeping with every light on. And I don't think Mia will ever go near that treehouse again. The laughter fades. The swings fall still, but the unease lingers long after the night ends. What do you think truly haunts these forgotten playgrounds? Have you ever felt like you weren't alone in the dark? Share your thoughts in the comments. We're listening. And if you enjoy these chilling tales, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that will keep you up at night.